So guys, while we're out testing the 800mm today, I just want to go through a bag that I've been sent by PGYTECH, an absolutely superb bag. I'm just going to have a little run through of it today. Really impressed with it. First time I've worn it, feels really comfortable on my back. It's got a host of features inside the bag, and the best thing about it, that it carries my EF 800mm f5.6 with the EF RF converter with my R3, and there's still a bit of room, so I could even get a telly on there as well. So absolutely fantastic really, and it sits lovely inside my bag. So what we're going to do now is just unpack it. At the moment I've got it mounted, as you can see there, with my Jitso Series 3 tripod, Wimberley Gimbal Head Mark II. As we go around the bag, got a little stool there as well on the side, little folding stool. Just unzip that, got a little Jobo in the side pocket, and got a little stool as well. What I like about these fasteners on the side, guys, they're really good. We'll go through the external parts of the bag itself, but it's nice how the tripod can just sit either side of the bag, and also it's got elasticated side pockets there, so you can just slot two of the legs of the tripod in there. It can also be fixed to the base. There's 4 hooks at the bottom, 2 at the front, 2 at the back, and you get 2 additional straps. You just loop those on and cinch it to the bottom if you need to. If the weight distribution isn't great and you've got a heavy tripod with a head and the bag's leaning to one side, can give you a bit of a problem with your back, just put it on the bottom, ideal. Really thought of everything here, guys. It's really quite nice, and I'm putting it on the side for me because I'm not traveling a great distance today, but that works really well. You got little adjustable straps there. You just undo that, just unloop it from the loops at the sides you'll see in the pictures, and out it comes, nice and easy. Going through the bag there as well, guys, you've got a nice harness system at the back, which is really good. It's an Aeris system. At the moment you've got small, medium and large. You just undo the Velcro at the back, and you can move this up and down as required. I have mine set on about medium. Velcro it back down, job done. Ideal. Adjustment loops there as well, so you can adjust the harness when it's on your back, and you can cinch it down over your shoulders. Really good. It's got a lot of little loops as well there you can attach stuff to. Really nicely designed bag. Very good material, very robust. Really nice. You've got a little water bottle holder there as well at the front. It comes down over your right hand side with a little toggle there just to pull it tight. Get an average size bottle in there, which is absolutely ideal. Just put that over there. Really comfy straps too, guys. Also aeration on there as well. Little holes on there, nice, and it fits really snugly on my back as well. Coming over the front, across my breast, and you've got a chest strap and a waist strap there as well. Really good. And you can actually take this bottom portion out of the waist strap, take that completely out, and you can sit this on a trolley. Now the trolleys aren't supplied, so you'd have to buy that separately. But we're just going to go through the bag now. That's pretty much it for the back. A nice little attachment system at the front here. You can put a coat, jacket, whatever, maybe a small stool like that one there, cinch that down, pull that tight with the toggles, job done. Lots of little loops around the bag as well. You can attach those straps to if you needed to. Really nice. And what I like is quite a solid base, so actually the bag sits upright. So you don't sit it up and it just falls over in the mud or in the wet grass. It's got that base on it as well, and that's reinforced at the bottom, which is lovely. Absolutely ideal. You've got a little pocket at the front there. You can fit stuff in. Nothing too bulky, but you can get some stuff in there, which is great. And as I said here, guys, you've got these side pockets here, which have got some elastication there, and that just goes out slightly on that side. Really handy. And there's loops all the way up and down here, and there's also loops here. Moving on the side there, guys, as I said, you've got that retaining strap there, which you can just lock off there if you need to. They just literally loop in, and then you pull that tight, and then just undo it, pull it off, job done. So you've got these loops here for additional storage. You can put clip carabiners on there. You can put some extra carrying pouches, which you can actually buy from them, which you could also put in there. Loop stuff through, cordage, whatever you want. And in here, like this unzips all the way around. And I really do like this sort of like midnight camo pattern. It's really quite smart. In here, We've got cable stowage areas, little pouches at the bottom as well, if you see those better in the pictures provided. In here, these are the additional straps you get with the bag, really handy. But yeah, cables, bits and bobs, maybe batteries if you want to put them in that side, but there's a battery stowage in the other. Let's just zip that back up. Ideal, really nice. So we go for this side. Here we have it, same again. As I said, you've got that elasticated side pocket. You've got the loops on this side and this pocket as well. There we go. On the side of the pouch here, it's got a little notebook in there. You can put all sorts of bits and bobs in there, maps, compass, things like that if you're out trekking. Do that back up. This here as well. So this is kind of for batteries, and it's got a little picture there with batteries, headphones, etc. And this little indication here is if you have a battery that dies, you can change this from healthy green to battery red. It would have been nice to see all of those across there, which would have been pretty cool. But I think that's a pretty nice little feature there to have. Another little zip pocket at the bottom. Just got a battery pack in there. Nice pocket, elasticated. Got a pen too, just if I want to make any notes if I'm out. Really, really nice. Zip that back up. And as I say, you've got that loop hook at the side for tripods, for your additional seat, etc. And a nice, robust carrying handle at the top. That's pretty much it, guys, for the bag itself from the extremities of it. Really nice system, and I really like the colour too. Oh, on the waist straps as well, guys, you've got some zips here as well, which you can put stuff in, and some loops there at the bottom. Waist strap there as well, which gives you a nice bit of comfort when you're wearing this for prolonged periods. Right, now we're going to go into the bag. So what I really like about this bag, guys, to be fair, is the fact that I can get my 800 in here with the hood reversed. I can't have the hood fully out because it'd be far too big. Hood reversed, so I can have the R to EF converter on there, and I can also get a telly on there if I wanted to, but I'm very unlikely to mount a 1.4 telly onto my 800, just too much. But we're just going to go into the bag now. So guys, just the main flap there, we've got a nice ridged portion there, which then goes down onto the lens, just to give it that extra added protection if it gets banged, knocked, and for comfort. It's a 45 litre bag, guys, as well, so it's a fairly good sized bag, and it's got the PGYTECH embossed logo there with OnePro ST backpack on there, and ST stands for super-telephoto. And there's also a little pocket in there, just a side portion to the top there, just about the depth of my hand, just to add other little bits and bobs in there if needed. Really like that ridge portion there as well. Okay, so I've just packed a little bit of scrim there, just for added protection for the camera. I really like how this works now. Here we are, you've got the PGYTECH there. You just open that across, and now that actually stops the camera moving around, and the lens portion in a V point there, which is really, really secure. And at the sides here, you've got some mesh pockets, and inside there, I've got my R7. There's a divider in the middle, so you can put lenses each side. And you've got one on this side as well. This has got a R3 battery, it's got a 1.4 2x telly, and some camera caps as well there. There is room at the sides if you wanted to fit anything else in there. A few nutty bars, maybe. I wouldn't put any water necessarily in there. I've got a little bit of scrim there just to add a protection for the camera. Underneath there, just got the all-weather cover as well. And there is space at the side of the camera, so you could get additional stuff in there if needed. And all of these individual bits inside the bag, guys, they're all movable. So you can customize it to how you want it in the bag. So fully customizable, and you've round the edge, you've got areas there, and you can just Velcro and you can move that up and down. We'll take the lens out at the moment. Let's pop that down. And what we've got here on this side portion here, as you can see, is we've got these nice little curved edges there that locks that end piece of the lens nicely into the bag. It really is a fantastic bag, guys. It really is for a one use, and you say you can get an 800 in there. So for me, that is an absolute winner. If I want to go out and shoot all day, trekking, I can take the 800 out with me with this bag, get an additional stuff in there, a light bit of lunch, maps, all sorts of stuff. And as I said, the pockets at the side, guys, you can get a tablet in there. I tried getting my MacBook Pro 13-inch in there, but it's just a little bit too big. I think a push, I really could put it in there, but it would then put pressure on the zip portion, which would be a bit of a worry. I wouldn't want it to bust the zip. But the zips themselves, guys, are really, really good. These are YKK zippers, really, really good. So you know they work well. And that's about it, guys. That is the PGYTECH One Stop Pro ST Super Telephoto Bag for my kit. And I just want to say thanks very much indeed for PGYTECH for sending me the bag to review. It really is a great bag. I've been looking for a bag to replace my low pro lens trekker. It's an old bag, it's a great bag, but this has got so much more functionality, so much more customization on it, and I can get the additional stuff in there. I find with my low pro one, my Mark 1 Pro Trekker for the lens, it's just a little bit limiting. Got a very small pocket at the side. I can cinch stuff on the side as well, but it bangs around a bit and it is quite heavy. And the bag itself here is really, really lightweight and top quality. So yeah, my thanks to PGYTECH for sending me this bag as part of the review. It's fantastic, and I can honestly say wholeheartedly recommend this bag to anybody thinking of getting one for their 400, 500, 600, 800, or even a lighter outfit, a 300 f2.8, etc. Or even if you want to get it and you can put smaller stuff in, you've got it customizable there. You can put other bits of kit in. So guys, if you just look at the link below there, that's a discount code exclusive to me. Please use that to receive your discount on a purchase of one of these bags or any other products. They really are superb. So guys, that's it. If you've got any questions about the bag, please leave it in the vlog description below. I'm going to get the kit out now, get the tripod set up, get in some cover, and hopefully we'll get lucky. Today I thought we'd get out and have a go with the EF 800 f5.6. I thought we'd move into the forest now. There's quite a lot of bird species around that are on the migratory move. Just had a hermit thrush just in behind me, and it is quite dark in here, so it'd be good to test the f5.6 in these conditions, and then hopefully we'll head up into an open area where I'm hoping we may get to see some resident birds of prey at distance with the 800, just to test out its performance. It's a bit breezy now as well, the leaves are falling, so it's really, really nice. Lovely colours in here. There's lots of chickadees about, there's lots of kinglets around, woodpecker species. Hopefully we'll bump into the pileated as well, and it's nice when it's not as bright as it was earlier. So it's gone a little bit cloudy, so that will really give us a bit of a chance to test the lens in varying conditions from inside the forest canopy and then out on the open areas as well. I've come close by to where I live, not too far of a drive really, but a perfect day to give it a go. So stick with me guys, let's go find some subjects. So guys, I found a nice little spot here. There's a hive of activity behind me with smaller bird species, so white-breasted and red-breasted nuthatches. There's also a few smaller bird species, some kinglets around, some woodpeckers. They may very well move on, but we'll move on with them, and hoping maybe we'll get lucky and get some nice tight shots. So we've got a lot of little bird species in here guys, and we've got some kinglets I think, but they are really quick. They do not hang around long at all. There's one just in here. Oh, amazing little birds. Oh, it's sitting lovely. They are so quick. They are so quick. There's a huge flurry of them in here, but they are so busy. This is a challenge, guys. This really is. They are all over the place here. I don't know if you can hear them. They're calling away. There's probably a dozen in here. And it's so difficult to get focus because there's such a big lens swinging it around and they're such small birds. Oh, they're beautiful. There's so many here. So I'm having to use single focus point, guys, because of the nature of the terrain here and the trees, the leaf cover. Using whole area or a restricted area is kind of difficult, so it's nothing to do with the camera lens itself, it's just to do with the clutter. Just hoping we get an obliging subject. Nice bit of light coming in here now as well, which is really nice. And with the amount of bird species here, there's probably at least 20, and that could bring in the resident bird of prey as well, so just got to keep my wits about me. There's beautiful colours in here. It really is gorgeous. Magical. Coppers, gold, green, reds. So guys, we're going to take pictures of common species today, just to give the lens a good test. There's no point in going out and sitting in a good location hoping for a bird of prey to turn up. It could be there all day. But I just wanted to test it inside the woodland here to see what sort of images we get. I never know what we'll come across. There's a resident bird in here, a Cooper's hawk, so hopefully I'll get to see it. So we have that fall of birds, guys, and now it's gone dead. They've all moved on. This case of what they do here is they come into one area. Usually the call indicates to others to come in. They come in, start frantically feeding together, and then they move on. And that's the nature of something like this with a big lens like that. Limiting factors, because you're not as mobile as you are with the zoom, as you can go up into the canopy, you can walk around, you can walk through the forest. Can bring this with a tripod. Yes, I can hand hold this for a limited time, but as that light drops as well, hand holding it, camera shake, not as good. So just got to be aware of that. It has its limitations here, but I'm testing it to see how I get on, because I need that reach for these tiny birds. It's got a lot of activity in here at the moment, guys. We've got white-breasted nuthatches, and I've actually just managed to take a few pictures, which is good, but they are busy. And as I said, with a lens like this, it's very difficult. When you've got a smaller outfit, a smaller zoom, it's a lot easier. But the challenge is there. This is not really meant for me for this sort of purpose. This is kind of mammals, birds on the nest, birds at distance, known perches, that sort of thing. Not really trying to hunt around a woodland, trying to find a small bird. That's kind of really difficult. Unless I was in some sort of hide, it'd be ideal if they're coming into a set position, but I don't really do baited hides, so I've got a nuthatch here. Oh yeah, there we go. That was nice. Just got the nuthatch just flying towards the camera. But it's not meant for that. It's not meant for that purpose for me. But I'm doing it today because just to show you the plus and minuses of this sort of lens. As I say, this is more of an observation lens for pre-planned places, pre-planned posts, fence posts, trees, known perches, all that sort of stuff. Where I know killing posts for a lot of the ancestral species, so hawks, so sparrowhawk in the UK, goshawk, over here sharp-shin, coopers, all that sort of stuff that are flying through a forest. They use an old stump as a plucking post, set up in a hide with this at distance, in cover. The lens is golden. Yes, it's f5.6, but if you've got a fairly good open canopy, or you're shooting at quite high ISO with your camera's capabilities, that is ideal. But for me, it's good fun. it tests me a little bit, and certainly allows me to sort of fine-tune it a little bit using this, because I haven't really used it an awful lot. And this is a review on the lens in the field to show you sort of what it can deliver. But I'll be using this lens. Oh, got a squirrel right in here. But you're too close, aren't you? It won't focus, it's too close. Hello, squirrel. See, this is the problem. I've got a squirrel right here on this tree, a little red squirrel, and he's wondering what I'm doing. Alarm calling at me. All right, squirrel. Oh, it's fantastic though, just being in this forest. There's lots of birds transiting through at the moment. You just never know what's turned up. I mean, this morning I've had 8 species already. And I'm going to stay in this sort of static position and hope that something moves through. There, as I said, the hawk is in here, and it's a Cooper's, and I think there's probably a sharp-shinned as well. The chances of seeing it are quite remote. I walk through here every day, twice a day, but I don't stop. So I want to work out a bit of a hunting routine for the bird of prey as well, because it have a favoured post that it stops at as well, and that allows me then to maybe pop a hide up, get in a position, and see what happens. So I just had a squirrel then, a red squirrel on a post. Absolutely perfect for a bit of shot and a video, and it just could not focus. I had the wrong focus method set, trying to focus on it, completely lost it. Time I got the focus in, it had gone. So there is a slight delay when the light's a little lower, I guess, but that's generally down to me and my settings. Instead of come into the forest now with the settings I usually have when I'm out in the open meadow and things, and so I need to just change the settings back, and then to allow me to hopefully get the shot as soon as the subject comes in. But I'm just going to bide my time here and hope we get lucky. There's lots and lots of beautiful foliage here. The wind's blowing, something will turn up. Just got to be patient and hope for the best. It'd be lovely to see the pileated woodpecker today. They are awesome, and the pileated's in here, it's just resident, so I'm hoping maybe we'll get lucky. I tell you what guys, having this reach is tremendous. It really is, that's a massive plus point. It's stating the obvious, I know, but I've got a nuthatch here at distance, and these aren't going to be amazing shots, guys. These are just going to be snapping away, trying to get some half decent images that are sharp with the camera and testing the AF. Now I've just had a go and changed the AF, and it's so much more snappier now, so that's down to my settings, not the lens. And I've also moved to single spot, which would make more sense, but I had a slightly smaller square zone, and that was just getting caught up on the edges, the periphery with the clutter, and now I've gone to that single spot. It's much better, and it's really sharp. Just been tracking a nuthatch going up a tree, and it was absolutely bang on every time. So really pleased with that one. Just got to sit and just don't put too much pressure on myself to deliver here, and just enjoy. I'm trying to video at the same time, guys, and trying to vlog, which is difficult. Doing it like this without any setups, feeding stations, anything like that is a lot more difficult. But I want to bring you the true experience without the falsified setup, which is I just do not want to do, and just have to take my chances. Now I've been doing this review over weeks, so it's not all been on one day. So I'm trying to wear the same kit to make it look like I've not looking too different, but it's all been within sort of a week, 10 days. Just trying to get the material, trying the low light angle. Unfortunately, I tried evening light and nothing came to pass really, nothing came through, so that was tricky. So I'm really hoping we get some luck this afternoon, and maybe this evening as well. May have a special treat for you later if I'm lucky, which would be really good to show you. So guys, we've just got the pileated that's just come in on the forest floor. They love foraging in deadwood. Managed to get some shots and a tiny bit of video. I'm not sure if the video is any good, but I got some shots of it on the forest floor. Absolutely incredible. It's such a great bird and it's massive. I'm really, really pleased. It was straight on the bird. I didn't have IAF. I've only got animal AF selected. I didn't want to because of the small birds a minute ago, so I probably could have done with that with the pileated because it's so much bigger, kind of crow size. But sadly I just didn't have enough time to switch, but I think I've got the head in pretty good focus. So it's just gone around the back of a tree at the moment and sort of hidden away. I don't know whether it's gone up the tree or whether it's just behind eating, but I am chuffed to bits with that. I knew that if I just wait and be patient, we'd get some results eventually. And also guys, today for a change, I'm vlogging with the R7 and a 17-40 lens. I did have like a 50mm lens, but I haven't got one. I'm using the 17-40. I'm hoping the video quality is going to be that much better. I like Osmo Action Pro 5 and I like the Osmo Pocket 3, but sometimes when you're in like restricted light, they're a bit grainy and I just don't really like it too much. So using the R7 with a better sensor at 4K 60, hopefully the video is much better. So if you could let us know if you think it is, that would be much appreciated. So guys, I expect you've gauged so far that this isn't going to be like a lab test results with the EF 800. I'm a wildlife photographer, I go out and shoot, and if the camera works for me, amazing. It's not point in going on about CA, chromatic aberration and colour fringing and all that sort of stuff. At the end of the day, the lens does what I need it to do. If there's a bit of vignetting, a bit of darkness coming in, a bit of CA and stuff like that, then it's going to happen with that narrow 5.6. But for me personally, I get it out, I use it in the field and it works for me. I'm really impressed so far with the AF on it. It's really, really snappy. Even in this sort of situation where there's tons and tons of clutter. It's quite dark in places. It's lovely when the sun comes out and illuminates, and then you've got quite a lot of dark, and then it really is good. And I'm actually using it today at f5.6. If the light comes out and I want to shoot subject, then I might want to bump that up a little bit, but it is sharp at f5.6. But as you go up in increments, 6.3, 7.1, f8, whatever, it will start to improve up to, I think max is f16. But if you've got light available and you're able to do that, then obviously bump that up a little bit, f5.6, f7.1, f8. As long as you've got good separation at the back and you want to get that bokeh effect going, great. But otherwise, f5.6, you do get a nice bokeh. It does blow that background out. It is really, really nice. Only if the subject to distance at the back is sufficient enough. Here, you've got a lot of beautiful, beautiful tones of colour, which really does bring that image to life. Hopefully with using this over time I will be able to achieve those sort of results, but at the moment going out to shoot, just trying to test it in the field to see if I'm happy. And am I happy? Yes, I am really happy. So guys, I wouldn't have bought the lens if I didn't think it was going to deliver for me, so I did my research as much as I could, buy it, and it really does. If anything that it lets me down on, it's because it's me, not the lens. I'm really, really pleased with it, and I'm glad that it's in my kit bag now, and I'm looking forward to using it a lot more. Like I said, you'll see me in the field using this lens for a lot of my mammals at distance, bear, wolf, coyotes, birds of prey, birds on nests when I'm back in the UK, all that sort of stuff. This will come into its own. And you'll never guess, just had a Cooper's hawk in on one of the branches on the other side at quite a bit of distance, but chuffed a bit. It didn't stay long at all, got a shot of it as it came through. I've seen it on this post before, and I was just looking across, and there it was. There's a couple of squirrels going below. It had a little look, and then it just left. I didn't see it go around here to the left. It could have dived down, I didn't see it. It got masked by a trunk of a tree. But I'm chuffed a bit and managed to get a little shot of it, which I am really pleased about. I couldn't even ascertain if it was a male or female. It was really that quick. I'll have a look when I get back, but that's really kind of picked me up. I've been here for probably about 2 hours and I've just nailed the shot of a Cooper's hawk. So, and I think that red squirrel will agree, that's alarming at me, where I can't even see it, that I'm really, really chuffed that I got it. So that's really, really cool. So I'm getting some images for you guys. I'll also include some pictures as well and a little bit of video of what I've achieved with this lens over the time I've had it, which is about sort of 6-8 weeks now, because I'm not going to get a load of great results today, but I want to shoot in all conditions if I can, low light, full bright of the day, using it for video, and then just give you an example of how I found the lens with my final thoughts as well, guys. But yeah, getting that is an absolute winner. That's the first Cooper's hawk I think I've taken a picture of in this forest, and especially with this lens. So yeah, chuffed a bit. So guys, we're in quite a dark bit of the forest now, and we've got a red squirrel just in here feeding, and there's a fall of, I think, a couple of finches in there. A finch that I can't ID, which I didn't get a picture of. I've just got a nice little bit of video of the red squirrel and a few of the kinglets as well, which are flying around, but they're so quick. But having to use single spot here, shooting it into a load of conifers is really, really difficult. But it's certainly testing the AF and certainly testing the ISO. I mean, it's been shooting at 12,800, which is phenomenal, really. But I think I'm going to find myself a little nice perch here. Just sit, wait, and just see if anything comes along. I'm really, really enjoying this. There's no plans for anything particular. It's just shooting from the hip, hoping something's going to come along. In fact, I see something over there, and I don't know what that is. Oh, there we go. What is that? Something real fast though. But the AF, guys, the AF is really, really snappy. I don't know what that bird is, I can't see it. What is that? Oh, some sort of warbler. Come on, focus. Focus. There's a lot of clutter in there. Hopefully it'll come over here, it's just flown. It's a warbler of types. Oh, that's nice. It's a juvenile type of warbler, I think. But it's so fast. Oh, come on. Do you know what? This is really testing the AF, guys, because it's so much cover here. Oh, it's just flown to a lower branch. It's so fussy, this. It really is. There's so much leaf cover here, but it's tracking with single spot, just going through the leaves. Warbler, bear in mind, it's very small. It's gone from me. It looked like an immature warbler because it looked very, very drab. I don't think I got a good picture of it though. No, sadly, guys, that's shocking. So I won't be showing you that one. That was really bad. It was just blur, but that's not the lens, the camera, that's me, and that's me trying to track it through these leaves. It's weird because when they call this type of warbler, and if there's any other warblers within the same species, attracts them and there's a load of them together. Safety in numbers, I can still see it. Oh, there's something going on over there. Oh yes, look at that. There's white-throated sparrows that are just having a little fight over there. And that was tracking way, way off. So guys, you can handhold this lens, but it is quite heavy. But the R3 is quite light, so it's a bit of a trade-off. But I can handhold it at the end of the day, just for not for long periods. And certainly not for video. If we can get some shots here handheld, I'd be quite happy. So guys, I just missed an absolute sitter of a male Cooper's hawk. Beautiful. I was up on the bank, I was just putting my tripod away, and it flew in and landed. I stopped and froze, thought I'll just get the tripod leg out, and off it flew. Gutted. That would have been magical if I'd have spent another 5 minutes there seated. It would have come and landed in front of me. Oh, don't you just hate days like that when you just get sitters like that? God. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll get it again, but that would have been perfect. I don't think it was a known kind of killing post or spot. It was on an old mossy branch. It's a beautiful backdrop. It would have made amazing picture with a lovely, lovely sort of reds and copper background. It would have just looked amazing. The light was behind me. Magical. And I missed a brown creeper as well, which was posing for me nicely, which are notoriously twitchy moving birds. So yeah, gutted. Never mind, never mind. It is one of those things. If I'd have had my 100-500 and my R3, I'd have nailed it. Still, there we go. You can't get them all the time. And if you did, it'd be boring. But yeah, gutted. But I hope you really enjoyed the review, guys. You know, it's not, as I said, in depth. I just bought the lens, told you why I wanted to buy it, for its uses, going out in the field, testing it on no particular static subjects. Just go out and find what you can. Today I've had ravens, I've had the Cooper's hawk, I've had the chickadees, the nuthatches, the woodpeckers, the pileated, and over the time that I've had the lens as well, I've captured some other bird species as well, and I'll include those at the end. But really, for me, the nuts and bolts of this lens is really how it delivers for me in the field. The AF is fantastic. There's very little drop off at all in the AF speed, I've noticed, even at f5.6. Low light photography, didn't fully test low light, sadly, but I will be doing a bit more of that as I use it as a lens. But in the good light of day, in a little bit of closed canopy stuff, it delivered really well. The AF wasn't reduced in that at all. It was just snappy, not as snappy as my f4 Mark II and my 300 and 100-500 the RF, but it's not going to be as snappy. But could I really tell a great deal of difference? Not really. I really couldn't. For me, I've got the 3 modes of selection at the back. I've got the whole area. I've got the small zone in the middle and the single spot. And every time, boom, it locks on. And it's amazing. The IS is superb and it's nice and quiet. It's not as whirry as my 600 was, my original f4 IS. It's really quite nice. And the video, it's been lovely. And as I said, guys, I bought this because it's a lens that I'm not going to use out walking the dog. It's not going to be a lens that I go out and just trek in and then I get it out and use it. It's going to be a lens for a purpose. It's going to be for that survey work. Monitoring birds of prey along the cliffs, in my woodland. Posts they frequent in fields, in meadows, perches in woodlands that owls use, set up in a hide, slow pace photography really. So it's all kind of set up stuff really. So when I say set up, guys, I don't mean baited setups or anything. It's going to be hide based. It's going to be static based. Not going to be walking around with this crashing through the undergrowth, going through endless meadows, traveling up mountains in it. It's just not going to be that sort of lens. You know, it will go with me if I want to take out a single use lens and say if I was doing some monitoring work with harriers, if I was watching things like moose, deer, bear, coyote, wolf, all that sort of stuff, this would be great. If I was set up in a location where I knew that they come through, known tracks and paths, this lens would be there. Don't have to stalk them. I could just sit where I am and then I could just shoot from the position that I'm in. That's what I wanted it for. I've got all the other lenses to use if I need them to go out and shoot from the hip, the 100 to 500, the 500 I can go out handheld, 200 to 400 with a built-in telly, gives me all that flexibility. But for me, this lens has been sharp from f5.6 all the way through the range. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yes, at 5.6, some situations, it can be a little bit soft, but it's dependent on the light, dependent on the shutter speed. But for me, 90% of the time at 5.6, it really does deliver great results. And so as soon as you start stepping up to 6.3, 7.1 and f8, it's brilliant. It's absolutely sharp, corner to corner. Yes, a little bit of CA, I suppose, creeps in. Can I notice it? Not really. Does it bother me? No, not at all. It is what it is, guys. I hope you've really enjoyed the review on the lens. As I said, not in depth. But if you could leave a like, comment, share if you like, and subscribe to the channel if you don't already do so. This lens will be tested time and time again, and hopefully in some varying light conditions, which I couldn't achieve doing this review. I've been out over, I think it's like 10 days, and I've done the best I could with it for the time I had. But I am impressed through and through. And would I recommend this lens? Absolutely. If you want a lens of this focal length, because you want it for situations similar to mine, or if you're into surveillance, all that sort of stuff, it's a great lens. It really is. And I, as I said when I did my open the box type review about the lens, my initial thoughts is that I can't afford an RF 800. It's absolutely shockingly expensive. And this for me was certainly a damn sight cheaper. It really was, and it'll do what I need it to do. Yes, there is that advantages of RF glass over EF, but is it really going to make a difference on an image when you look up close? Probably not. Can you see it with your eyes? Probably not. Yes, it's loads lighter. Yes, it's got better optics inside. The IS is different. And one thing I didn't mention about this lens is that I can't achieve full frame rate with the R3 with this lens, because the lens is that much older. Yes, it's still rapid, but I can't achieve 30 frames a second. With the 200 to 400, I can achieve full frame rate. With the 500 Mark II, full frame rate. With my 300 Mark I IS, I won't achieve full frame rate. But does that really matter? Do I miss the shots? No. With my DXs, I was shooting 16 frames a second. Was that enough? Absolutely it was. I'm probably getting, I would say, 20 frames a second, maybe. I can't really be sure. But for me, that doesn't bother me at all. But it's something bearing in mind if you suddenly want that 30 frames a second and you're slightly losing a little bit of that, that might be a consideration for you. But guys, that's it from me. Really pleased how this has gone, to be honest. And I hope you really enjoyed the images that I've captured with it over the last 6 to 8 weeks at the end. But as I said, guys, please engage with me. Let us know what you think. But from me, on this beautiful fall day, I'll see you all next time.
One of these days I'll love me like you do, and I'll see all the kindness shining through. I'll recognize my anger and understand its cause. Then one of these days I'll cast it off, 'cause you can't be found till you've been lost. One of these days I'll let go of my pride. I'll leave it to the wind and realign my greatest expectations, my sense of what I'm worth. Then one of these days I'll get to work, 'cause anything good's worth fighting for. Change takes time. Can't always change your luck, but you can change your mind. Some new beginnings are slow to unwind. It won't take forever, but change takes time. One of these days they'll tell us we were wrong, that happiness can't work for everyone. everything in good measure, emotions and the weather. And one of these days we'll understand. You can't feel the good without the bad. Change takes time. Can't always change your luck, but you can change your mind. Some new beginnings are slow to unwind. It won't take forever, but change takes time. It might feel like forever, but change, it takes time.